organization asking me if I was open for a managerial role in Nigeria. Then next thing I got an email, it was an offer letter with this mouth-watering salary. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Mercy, and today I'm going to share with you why I decided to move back to Nigeria from the UK in this 2022. I know a lot of people will be wondering, like, why? There are a lot of reasons why anyone would want to move back to Nigeria from the UK. There are a lot of things I miss about Nigeria. For example, after work, I might decide to sit out with some colleagues or some friends in typical Nigeria setting, sit out point, like where you can eat fish or at some spots. But here, I've not seen any spicy at some spots where I could unwind after work. Instead, I've settled with coffee, and coffee is not my thing. I mean, because of my desire to fit into this culture, I have to try several types of coffee to see if there's anyone I could actually prefer. I've tested them, the cappuccino, the americano, the latte or latte. I don't really know how they pronounce it. Please, you can help me. And well, moving on, it's going to taste those normal local delicacies that I'm used to in Nigeria. Is something I'm looking forward to. But of course, that is not just the reason why I just want to move to Nigeria. The major reason I want to move to Nigeria is the fact that I got a job offer. Yes, I got a job offer. Before I left Nigeria, I was a career person, and I really love the job I do, and I believe I am good at what I do. But when I move out of Nigeria to start a family, of course, to me, family comes first. Job will always come later. Then along the line, I start getting offers, different companies. And while I was working in Nigeria, there are a number of companies that I've looked at and like, oh, I like this company, I like their culture, I like how they treat their customers. Then I got a couple of invites, which I turned down. I told them I was no longer in Nigeria, and in some cases I had to refer someone. But then there's this particular company that contacted me. Yes, I've known about them. They are one of the biggest player in the industry where I work, and I've also had something to do with someone who is a customer to that company, and they really talk highly of the company. So I would like this company that I'm getting this positive feedback from a customer, not even someone who works there. I like, if I get opportunity to work in this company, I'll grab I'll grab it. Then at the point I left Nigeria, I wasn't at that point I wasn't really looking forward to it because I was busy with some other things here in the UK. Then I got this email from this very organization asking me if I was open for a managerial role in Nigeria. I looked at it. Yes, I was interested, but then they didn't know that I wasn't in Nigeria, so I have to respond that I would have been interested in the job, but unfortunately I wasn't in Nigeria, that I relocated to the UK. And they responded like, if I asked if I would be willing to go back to Nigeria. I said, of course. I know it's a big company, and their standard is very high. So there, of course, there will be a lot of people who are very qualified that will want the role. So I told them if I come out successful in the interview and they're willing to relocate me back to Nigeria, that of course I was going to move to Nigeria. Then I was asked to send my CV. I sent the CV, had the first interview with the HR team and some other guy. And from the interview, I felt it was just a regular interview. Then later on, I think a few days later, I was invited for another interview, and I was told that the first one went on very well. Then I had interview with the second guy. Then that was another interview. In fact, at the end of that, I think I had about 9 interviews with different set of people from different regions. But the most interesting thing about all these interviews, because as we go on the interview, I have more desire. My desire to work for this company increased, because the people I'm meeting on the interview, they are aware of thinking, how they communicate with me. I just felt that these are the people that I really wish to work with, because throughout the interview it was hitch free. So I said, so no problem, that I with what I've seen so far, I am more eager to move back to Nigeria. So after all the interviews, then I waited for like 2 3 months. Nobody's communicating to me anymore. At a point I like, okay, maybe I wasn't successful, and they have picked someone else who was more fit or qualified for the role. But on one hand, I like, let me ask them. So I mailed them to ask when they were going to make their hiring decision. Then I got a feedback from them that they've not made the hire decision yet, because at the point the company was going through some restructuring. So everything that has to do with recruitment was put on hold. Then I waited. Next, I was also invited for another interview. I think that was supposed to be the last interview, and just like the way the interview has been going, it went on very well. Then at that point I had to ask one of the interviewers, like, what are the skill sets they think that would have been perfect for the job that I lack, maybe I could make up somewhere or I could get. And he responded, he was like, actually, there is nothing there that he think could be a hindrance to me getting the job. However, he must commend the fact that I react, or how I talk about my experience, that he noticed that I'm someone that have passion for this job, and he really commends me on that. And from what I've explained so far, he believes that I am a good fit for the job. But then there are other people who are being interviewed. At the end of the day, they let the best candidate win. And the interview ended. Then a few months later, I got an email asking me to send some information about me, and I sent it. And throughout this time, there was no salary negotiation. So I was thinking there will also be an interview for that. So I didn't believe that the interview process has ended. Then next thing, I got an email. It was an offer letter with this mouth-watering salary. I just look at the terms of employment. Honestly, this company is really, really organized. I looked at it. Of course, I'm not going to think second time. I already know what I was going to expect. I was already know what I was going to see when I moved back to Nigeria. I know what the challenges are, and I know what my strong points are. But then I'm working with this organization, my dream company. I said, well, I'm going to pick this opportunity. Right now, some of the things I might need is getting accommodation. So if you live in Lagos, Nigeria, and you know some area, you think I can get a very decent apartment of, say, 2 to 3 bedroom flats, please, you can contact me, and or you can put it in comment section so that I will know how to go about it. Thank you very much for watching up to this point. Please, in this channel, I share my recipes, the food I cook. I share it mostly African recipes, and sometimes I just share other recipes that you might be interested in, which are not really Nigerian recipes. Please click on the subscribe button. It's free of charge. And when you click on it and subscribe, it's going to help this channel to grow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.